to use this microphone stand, right, so I can have my hands free. I can talk with my hands. So, my name is Michael. I created Breaking Free Poets here with my brother Davon Bland. We created Breaking Free Poets back in 2017 inside of the federal prison. So basically, we created a movement in there by developing workshops and creating programs, hosting poetry slams for people to be left behind. We'll probably never see them again, many of them. So we take this work seriously. We found such a need and a value for programming inside of this prison environment that brought art, storytelling, creative writing, narrative shifting to the forefront, right? People were really responding to this and it was really moving the needle for people inside of this situation. So we continue that work out here. If anybody wants to learn more, like I said, like you told you, come holler at us at the booth. So we're going to do a couple spoken word pieces. I'm going to do one. So I'm going to do this first piece. It's called Do the Time, Don't Let the Time Do You. Now, anybody that's been incarcerated, you've heard this term. This is something that they say inside of prison. They say, do the time, don't let the time do you, right? So this is kind of what that means to me, all right? They say do the time, don't let the time do you. Well, who knew? See, doing time is often the cause of losing mind, except for those few who choose to grind and use the time as a tool to improve the mind. Look inside yourself. You never know who you find. But who knew? See, doing time erodes and corrodes the cells of your body, and eventually there's a whole new you. And then, what would the new you do with the knowledge that everything you thought you knew was just a distorted version of the truth? Right? When you shed that veneer, that facade, that protective shell that you built around yourself in the depths of hell, concrete cell, chasing dreams from your misguided youth as if the truth wasn't the truth. Once the gun is empty, the bullets are proof that you are not bulletproof, but still you shoot. Once you're gone, there's nothing left to prove. Who knew? The cemetery is like a who's who of dudes who thought they had something to prove. That's why there's nothing really new in the news. You just do what you do and get what you get. So now we're doing time blind to things we should never forget. That time is a gift and the mind is a gift. Use them together, paradigm shift. Your perspective expands. And that space is the exact place you earn respect as a man. You are expected to stand up, man up, and do the best that you can. Wasting time on childish things is no longer an option when you're watching your children be robbed of a father, then realize that you are the robber, the father, stealing time from his children. I find the concept of killing time so unappealing. Why would we kill something so precious? Rob ourselves of things which are already threatened. Doing time and freedom are not opposites. They are connected. They are mindsets which, if accepted, can overcome and reject all forms of oppression. We're all doing time. It just depends on perspective. They say, do the time, don't let the time do you. Well, I'm going to do mine until my time gets through. Thank you. So I'm going to bring Danny up. He's going to do a poem. It's an amazing poem called The Awakening, but I'll let him tell you all about that, and then I'm going to come back up and speak to you for a few more minutes before we leave. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
Crazy. I appreciate y'all telling y'all slap us up a little bit. A sobering moment of realization that in reality, what's real has no limitations, no limited frame of minds, just mental prisons built through our own simple impatience. Once blind, but now my eyes are open. The sun shines, so I can close my curtains, open the blinds. Made it through astounding revelations. See, I opened my mind, eyes trained to see for miles through meditation as close to divine. See, I used to grieve the loss of most causes. I knew the cost, but for me, I'm far from an auspice, false knowledge and ignorance, the two that used to consume me, flawed thoughts of allowing my own emotions to fuel me, but what's the gain? A discomfort from the influx of pain, and I was taught to trust the rain because they say that luck is vain. See, I chose between the two things as guaranteed I had to change. It's ideal for ideas to be preconceived, but that's deranged. And with conviction, I was given the sentence, me as the subject. The only thing I comprehended, I'm not with that reduction. So I took my sentence, analyzed it, studied the structure. The predicate has the verb, preposition, and the conjunction, and life cycles could become repetitive and redundant. But life lessons to be learned is discredited as for nothing. See, I believe I found a way to express myself through my words because having them act on everything that you feel is absurd. Conversing with my peers, projecting different perspectives, taking note as to how many methods are being reflected. But when it reference to valor, the better part is discretion. That and knowing how to read messages and body expressions. See, in the past, I used to ignore all of my inner voices, which always led to me making frigid and bitter choices. See, what I mean is intuition was trying to get my attention, but being idiotic, I overlooked it instead of listening. See, within the subconscious, there's an abundance of wisdom. And it's sad to say it took me to go to that prison. But see, that imprisonment didn't conflict with my penmanship, especially when I critique a now river of endless wit. And see, I took the time to sit back and work on my mind, enhancing the aspects of myself that were in decline, applying specific methods like algebraic expressions or just the simplicity of adhering to some suggestions like focus on your awareness, acquire knowledge, apply it, how well you understand that true culture leads to refinement. See, we in an odd era where fraudulence is revered and was venerated as things that can lead to one being impaired. But as I look around, I see you. I see y'all stares. I see your faulty awarenesses if you don't even care. To bring me to ask myself, like, really, who even cares? I mean, is this all for nothing? Truly, who even cares?
I care.
Thank y'all.
Oh, man. Man, Daddy, that's amazing, man. So, again, before we leave, man, we really appreciate all of y'all showing up, man. David, you're amazing. He reached out to me out of the blue and said, I didn't know you guys were in Richmond. We're doing this event. And I said, man, well, I'm going to bring everybody I can. So, I was able to connect a couple of resources and get some other people in here. So I'm glad we were able to make this event. I think it's a really successful event. What he was talking about, what I was talking about in our poems and in our work, this is our tool for social and emotional learning and for coping with stress and coping with our experience. So we're really serious about doing this work and bringing this stuff to people wherever we can, in whatever spaces we can be effective. Once people start to shift their narrative and shift the identity and get away from that old thinking that because your criminality somehow is going to impact your humanity, it doesn't. It doesn't. We still have all the same needs that other humans have. So that's what we try to bring to the table when we're engaging with you guys. So thank you very much for having us.
Appreciate y'all.